There you go. All set? Yep. All right, let's go. All right, so we'll call this meeting of the Berlin-Boylston Regional School Committee to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're going to start our meeting off with our superintendent search finalist announcement with Ms. Tracy Novick from MASC and Lauren Ara-Killian, the chair of the search screening committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm actually going to turn the initial part of the report over to Ms. Ara-Killian, who will be reporting out on behalf of the search committee that she chaired. While she's doing that, I'm going to pass around the paper map for you.
Thank you for your time this evening. Those appointed to be part of the superintendent search committee met for training on October 15th. At this training, all were trained in open meeting law, conflict of interest, and confidentiality. All signed commitments to confidentiality. Those who are employees of the district also completed and signed their declarations to adhere to the state conflict of interest law. This paperwork is on file with the district as required. Applications closed on October 24th. 18 applicants were received. The search committee reviewed the confidential applications independently on October 25th and the 26th. The search committee met on October 27th. At this meeting, I was elected chair of the search committee by my colleagues. The search committee brainstormed and agreed upon question topics. Moving into executive session, the committee reviewed the applicants and agreed upon 6 semifinalists to interview. The search committee met in executive session on November 3rd, 4th, and 6th to conduct semifinalist interviews. After the final interview, they deliberated in executive session regarding the selection of finalists. As a result of those deliberations, the search committee unanimously recommends the following 4 finalists to you. Brent Conway, Assistant Superintendent of the Pentucket Regional School District. Dana Labb, the Assistant Superintendent of the Harvard Public Schools. Tim McCormick, Superintendent of North Brookfield Public Schools. And Joni Menard, Assistant Superintendent of Holliston Public Schools. Having been contacted by Ms. Novick, all finalists have agreed to move forward in the search. They are planning to spend a day each in the district, as well as planning a schedule for a visit for members of the school committee. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So Tracy, is there anything we need to know going forward?
Certainly. So just a couple of things. I've given you a paper copy of the memo. That is now public because you have received it. That does include a brief biographical summary of each of the candidates. The school committee, as well as the district, will also be receiving from me, as soon as we get done with this part of the meeting, a copy of their application, their CV, and their personal statement. It will be redacted, and that's just redacted as to telephone numbers and addresses, because of course, if you have it, it's public. That is something, by the way, this school committee, the school district is free to actually share publicly. Might be worth sharing. I have been in contact, as mentioned, with the finalists. They are in the process of actually scheduling days for you all. So my first charge for the members of the committee, and I know that you knew this was coming, I do not need it right at this moment, but within the next 24 hours, if you can let me know of your availability for visiting the finalist districts, that would be during a school day, during the week of the 17th and or those first 2 days of the week of Thanksgiving, the 24th and 25th. I will take any availability you have, be honest about it, and we will put together non-quorum groups to go visit those districts. They are in the process of doing that now. And frankly, the sooner I have that information from you, the sooner we can get it scheduled. We're actually very close to having the finalists all scheduled in terms of their visit to the district. I still have one feedback loop to complete with one of the finalists, and then I'll be able to share that with you all. Ms. Fortune and Mr. Ganem have already been working on sort of what a schedule would look like. The plan, of course, is that they would visit every school in the district. They would spend time in central office, and then there would be a public meet and greet for each of the candidates. And again, this is all taking place not this week, but next week, and then potentially, if necessary, the first 2 days of the week of Thanksgiving. Things that I need from you beyond the availability. You will have 3 references for each of them that are available for telephone calls. Again, I do not need to know this evening, but something for you all to sort out amongst yourself is how you want to handle it. One recommendation I do have is that if any of you know that you won't be available to visit a district because you simply cannot be available during the day, that's a wonderful thing to outsource to that person and say, could you please go make all these phone calls? And that could be the report back. That is, again, it's not something I need to know now, and it's also not subject to public deliberation, so it's something where we can work it out via email. There are 2 questions that we do need to deal with this evening. One is that the Attorney General has determined that the creation of questions is subject to open meeting law, needs to be done in public session. So I will be asking, and again, I don't need to decide this today, but I want to put you on notice. I will be asking for you to figure out a time when we can get together. It can be even electronically. This does not have to be long, for you to agree to what topics you want to cover during the interview, because that is something that needs to be done in public session. We can then sort out in that meeting who is covering which topic, and then we can assemble the interview from there, okay? So again, that's something that would need to be happening pretty much between now and Thanksgiving, so because you are scheduled for interviews that first week of December. I know that you didn't know how many finalists you have, so I'm not going to put you on the spot this evening as to how you want to handle it in terms of evenings for that week of December, as to whether or not you want to try to do 4 in one evening or you want to do them over 2. Again, don't need to know that now, but realize that that's a conversation that needs to be had in terms of scheduling. Remember, scheduling is an exception to open meeting law. That is something where we can send around an email and say who is available which evenings and figure it out from there. And then the question that I would have, that I would be interested in getting feedback from you this evening is, not uncommonly, school committees do want some feedback from the community as a result of the visiting days. It is not a requirement, it's up to you. I can easily put together a form and that would then be available and actually be part of the announcement. And I want to give Ms. Fortune a lot of credit here. She was already sort of onto that in terms of, are we doing this and how do we make sure it's ready? We would make it part of the announcement of the days that they're coming and make the link available to the public. Once you have met someone as part of that visit, it would be a standard form. And what I would recommend that we do is we actually make it reflective of what you actually posted in terms of what you wanted for a superintendent. So does this person demonstrate X, Y, Z? Again, within the experience that they had, but that is a useful thing. So I'd be interested in that. And also I'm happy to take any questions that you have, Mr. Chair.
Does anybody have any questions for Tracy?
Tracy, what was the week in December?
So you are scheduled for interviews the first week of December.
Okay.
And we suspect those will be in the evening? Or
I would recommend that they be in the evening mostly because this is obviously a matter of public interest. Yeah,
And they're all obviously open.
they are open to the public, yes.
The only other thing I'd like to add is that week that they're coming to visit our district, we're coordinating, Jen, myself, with Tracy and the candidates, obviously, but also how it impacts all these people to our right? What their day look like, what they have scheduled for their, because if you have 4 different people coming in throughout that week, we're really trying to be mindful of that. We had a quick meeting this morning, looking at days that work really well. We gave that information to Tracy, what days don't work so well for her. We have a lot of things going on, even here at the high school with plays, and we have strategic plans. So there's a lot going on. We're just trying to coordinate, as everyone knows, scheduling all of these people's schedules with our candidates, but Jen and I are working with all of them on that as well too, and Tracy, obviously.
Thanks. And then, so the question about a feedback form.
Yes.
Fine with it.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I'll plan on putting that together. And what I'll do then is I will share that with Ms. Fortune, and it will be part of the announcement essentially that goes out to the district of these are the days each of the candidates are visiting. Again, we're very close on that. I expect probably by sometime tomorrow we'll actually know that. And then this is the link. And I mean, the first question then becomes, here, which candidate did you see? So we use the same form, and people can fill it out more than once.
So when they visit our district, we don't have to, the school committee doesn't have to do anything.
I very much appreciate that. So in fact, it would be wonderful if you did not. Now, you certainly can attend the meet and greet, although this is one where you want to be sort of on the outskirts rather than, right? But no, and in fact, what I spoke with Mr. Ganem about this when we initially were setting this up. It is a good experience for them to sort of be doing the circumnavigation a little on their own in terms of, so the principals or whoever it is that they arrange will presumably be taking them around the building, making introductions and so forth. But this isn't one where they sort of have a minder all day long. They have a little bit more of a maybe real experience at the district as a result of that. And similarly, when you visit the district, you may see the candidate, they may initially greet you, but they are not with you for the day. This is very much your meeting their people. And you know, sometimes people say, well, this sounds like something that's going to be a dog and pony show. I would tell you that in my experience, both as a field director and also as my personal experience as a former school committee member, you have some very real conversations on those days. So I think that they're very valuable.
And just one last thing, when they're coming to visit in district, we're rotating the schedule, so they're not always at 9 o'clock going to Berlin, 9 o'clock going to Boylston, right? So we're just trying, so it doesn't always hit lunchtime at the Honto, right? So we're really, Jen and I are really trying to make that schedule so it works for everybody here on the right-hand side as well, too. And just the last thing I'd ask is to school committee, would you like Jen and I to post this on the district website, the candidate final list? Sure. I'm okay with that?
Yes,
That's important
thank you.
to get this
Absolutely.
information out.
All right. Anything else, Tracy?
I want to just represent to you all that the search committee, as you know, obviously worked very hard. Certainly present members included, those of you who are on it, but and they were really a very collegial group. I think they actually did you proud, and so I want to thank them for their. They were on top of things, they were on time, and they also were very good humored and really were very united in working hard for the district. So I wanted to make sure that you heard that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And like some of them are in the room right now behind us.
They are.
Oh, yeah?
Do you want to
Might
introduce
consider-
yourselves that were on the,
Why not?
please?
Yeah, who is it? Well, we don't even know it.
Hi, I'm
I don't.
Hillary Kuhn. I was on the search committee. I was the Berlin parent on the search committee.
Thank you.
Jason Carroll. I was the school choice representative for the parents. Jason.
Joseph Leroy, I was there representing the elementary school.
Anybody else?
I was Rob Pelzarski, I was the principal for Boylston Elementary, representing the Evan.
And perhaps we should have the chair's parents also introduce themselves as much as I know what they're.
Yeah, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please, you should be very proud of your daughter.
You couldn't have done it if it weren't for you, but you did a great job.
Thank you. Robin Christenary, Killing, we're Boylston residents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you so
Appreciate it.
All right.
That's all I have for you, Mr. Chair.
Thank
Again,
you, Tracy.
within 24 hours, if I could have your schedule, that would really be ideal. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.
Could I just
Thank
make
you.
a comment? Lauren did a phenomenal job.
Yes.
For someone who is, has less world experience than the rest of us, she handled it so beautifully, professionally, but with good humor. And it was just, we were really proud to have you represent us. I think Jess feels the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Job well done.
I also, by the way, want to give credit to the school committee. It is rare for school committee members to serve on the search committee and not have a school committee member actually serve as chair. Not only did that not happen in this case, but it was actually your school committees, I understand, who did some lobbying behind the scenes to encourage the students to actually put themselves forward. Lauren was actually nominated by her fellow student, which then was seconded by the committee. So there was certainly some trust and leadership in the search committee, but it's a credit to that actually coming, in fact, from the school committee from the very beginning. And it does, by the way, absolutely make an impression on those who are applying for the superintendency to be greeted by a student in that position. It makes a real comment about the value that this district puts on student voice.
Thank you.
Of course. No, this was great.
And thank you to the central office for providing food.
Yes. And design.
Was it here?
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, she did do crap.
And it is fit.
Oh, it was tight. It was a table coming off.
All right, next we're going to vote to go to executive session. We will be returning to open session afterwards. Executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 38, Section 21A, Purpose 4, to discuss the security of the Berlin-Boylston Regional School District Emergency Safety Plan if an open meeting could have a detrimental effect on the security of the Berlin-Boylston Regional School District. May I have a motion to enter
So
executive
moved.
session?
So moved.
Megan,
Second.
Lisa, okay, Lisa,
Roll call.
roll call vote.
Aye.
Beth?
Aye.
Lori?
Aye.
Megan?
Aye.
Jess?
Aye.
I'm an aye as well. All right, so we're going to enter executive session. Thank you.
You guys can stay.